Started when I was little. I always loved sport. I've played every single sport except the mixed martial arts and except fencing. I haven't done fencing, but other than that, I've done all the sports that I played and all the sports that I played at Rhodes University. And I played hockey at Rhodes, and then when I went to Johannesburg, I continued to play hockey in Johannesburg and until the birth of my first child in 2006. When I was at Rhodes, all my leadership qualities came from being involved in sport, because the structure of sport as it was established then still goes today, which is that the students lead their sports codes. So they organize everything. And then we have a very active student sports council, which is made up of all the sporting codes that we have. And they then vote in the student sports council chair. And that is where, and I was that when I was at Rhodes, and that's where I learned my leadership skills. And I was able to take that and also the very, very important skills of playing in a team, those leadership skills and to work as a team. And that is, you can't replicate that. And I think that is the really special thing about Rhodes Sport that we still have, is that our students lead our sports. And our students are the ones that organize everything. So when they get out into the big world, they've already got those skills. They've already been in these leadership positions. Sport has evolved. Rhodes did have a name in the past of where sport was merely drinking and getting drunk and fines meetings. That has moved on. We've worked very hard to eliminate that culture. It was particularly visible in the rugby club, which was a traditional club, which is one of our oldest clubs. But our students have moved away from that. The level of the academia and the level of the student that's playing, we have PhD students, we have master's students, honours students and undergraduate students playing sport. That alcohol abuse and focusing on it just being a party has moved away. We're trying to focus on sporting excellence. Healthy body is a healthy mind. So it goes also to fitness, to nutrition, to getting enough sleep. But really important is balance, learning balance. And you can't come to university and just work. You need that balance. You need sport. You need something for the youngsters to go out and do. Sport has grown from what it used to be quite small, with a limited number of sporting codes, the traditional codes. And it has now grown into a number of lots and lots of sporting codes. So anyone at Rhodes can find a sport that they want. It's not limited to anything that you want to do. And what is really interesting is that quite a few of our top sports people have come from sport. We have never done sport together before. So Katlego, for example, she came to Rhodes, and in the inter-res basketball system, she was our SRC president. She went and played inter-res basketball, and she ended up being in our first team. And we're looking at bringing back the inter-res system. COVID completely destroyed it. So the inter-res system was very, very strong. And we're looking at bringing that back to make sure that as many of our students, if they're not playing in competitive club sport, they're playing in inter-res sport. So our football fields need new lights. Kingsfield, the lights are not adequate at all. The Greatfield precinct, the lights and the change rooms and that whole area, they're moles that have made holes in the field, and one of our students has broke his ankle because he went in the hole. So we need to resurface that. There's so many, we have to be critical about what we need because there's so many areas. We had our squash courts fixed, which look wonderful. We had our tennis courts done, but they need to be cleaned properly. Our gym is needing attention. We have to look at our small budget and what we have and try and focus on that. We're going to need our AstroTurf relayed again. So there's so many infrastructure priorities. but we're doing what we can. But I think fundraising and third stream income is really important. We need to look at how we can fix our infrastructure, because it is really lagging. Our students have that passion that you can't buy. You can't bring someone in and say, be a rodent. They will die for the purple. They will die for Rhodes. I saw it with the hockey players when in their final pool game, and they ended up fourth in their pool, both the men and the women, where they were cramping. They couldn't walk anymore. They were so sore. But they went back on the field because the coach said, last 15 minutes, dig deep. These kids would ice and run back on, and it's just phenomenal. You can see them pushing through that pain barrier, and they're not professional sports persons. They were doing it for their teammates and for Rhodes University, and that made me more proud than anything you can imagine. For me, I'm working in the Office of the Vice Chancellor and dealing with the work I deal with. I don't have that much positive work that I engage in. And sport is where I'm truly happiest, and I absolutely love to be involved. I go and watch all the different codes on the weekends, go to Settlers Dam and I watch them row. I go and watch the basketball, I go and watch the hockey players, the football, everyone, because I love it, and because it brings me joy to see how our sports people just love Rhodes. And I think that's, you can't put money on that, and you can't buy that.
Future of Rhodes Sports, in your view?
Absolutely fantastic, bright, wonderful, passionate, and please get on board.